It was a mass shooting, but it was just one of many in America that day. And as some of you might know, I am a Twitteraholic. But my pinned tweet on Twitter reads, "I'm a gun violence survivor. It was a split second before blood sprayed everywhere and people were dead. To think that a good guy could be in every classroom, it's naive." So school safety. This week has been hard, watching other people grieve, trying to care for them, trying to care for me. I fear I have done poorly on all fronts. All emotions have flashed through my brain and taken their toll on my body, the one place where I don't show scars from the events that changed my life. You know, a lot of people have been scared to go out, to go to Walmart, to go get groceries, to go shopping. And my parents and I rarely fight. I'm blessed to have them in my corner and behind me, proud of me for taking a stand for the values that they instilled in me. Justice for all, equality, to take a stand against bigotry, and to stand with those who are being systemically oppressed. On Wednesday, I mentioned to my mother that I was going to be speaking at this event today. About 7 hours later, my dad called with a strict dad voice, saying, "Jamie, are you insane? This event will be outdoors, and who knows who will be carrying what? And you're smarter than this." Probably other things too, but I stopped listening. I asked him if he was finished. He said no. I told him that I was finished, and if there was nothing else he was going to talk about, I was hanging up. I don't think he believed me until he heard a click. Click? The sound of ammo being loaded? No, click. This time the sound of an activist speaking her truth. Clicking of keys on a laptop as a survivor writes that she can't stop, won't stop, because he needs to know what I've seen. I don't want you to see it. I don't want to hear about people arming themselves because they're afraid. As we've seen in the past years, it's not an urban problem, a rural problem, or a suburban problem. Not a black problem, a white problem, any color problem, except when hatred inspires and radicalizes individuals to go out and kill. And hatred should never be a Hillsborough value. This morning, I woke up to the news that a man in Las Vegas was scoping out places to kill Jews and members of the LGBTQ community. Dad, that's me, your kid. Do you remember when I came out and there was icy silence in the house while I cried myself to sleep? And on Father's Day, you said you loved me no matter what? Mom, do you remember the bomb threat that was called into the synagogue during the first Iraqi war? How can I stay silent? I can't. So here's my truth. I had just finished up my junior year at UNC. I returned home to New York for the summer, happy as a clam to be blessed with a opportunity to have like a paying internship on Wall Street and to live with my boyfriend in the same apartment in the same city for a whole 3 months. One of my best friends from high school was also home for the summer. He and I don't get to see each other in person much due to physical location. So when we get together, it's a special event. That night we had sushi. Not that it matters now, but it was buy one roll, get another free night. So we ate like kings and queens. We left laughing and gave each other hugs to get home safely. Neither of us knew at the time why we just said that. I got off the subway, walked a few blocks towards home, noting that it was still beautiful out at 8 p.m. Flowers and trees bloomed on that one block. The divide between the beautiful doorman buildings and the concrete jungle of the rest of my neighborhood. I turned the corner and walked onto my block. For some reason, I just felt like something was different. I mean, nothing is ever the same in New York City 2 days in a row. But instead of the normal neighborhood vibe, there was something else. A weird sort of tension. And I wondered if anyone else felt it too. Quick glance, everything was normal. Kids were hanging out, some with ice pops melting in the heat, dropping sticky goo on their shirts. Older men were smoking cigarettes and drinking their liquor from brown bags. Nah, just another day in the neighborhood. Sorry, y'all. Page turning problem. the usual catcalls and women flipping up the catcallers with the usual verbiage, I shook my head and kept walking. Maybe I just imagined things until I heard the pounding of lots of shoes on the pavement. These shoes did not belong to kids playing tag, adults running, and other sounds. Sounds I had never heard before, mixed in with shouting and cursing and shrieks. Sounds. And then the blood. Someone went streaking by me bleeding, crimson on white muscle shirts on brown and black bodies. More sounds, closer, louder, screams, blood-curdling screams. Sounds of people dying. Self-preservation or adrenaline propelled me into a pizza shop. I ran in and someone yelled at me to get over the counter. I heard the words, but my legs no longer obeyed me. I tried to move towards the counter. I had heard it, but I had acknowledged that I needed to make that last effort, but I couldn't. It was like my body had forgotten how to work. I stared, I stopped and stared. Get the girl over, the only words I remember. An African-American man jumped up from the safe side, potentially exposing himself to the danger. The owner, he scooped me up and pulled me to safety. The owner was there. I was shaking like a leaf. He pulled me close to him, letting me bury my face in his apron as I started to cry. He held me tighter and tighter, and oh God, was I gonna die 2 blocks from home? But I didn't. And when things had calmed down enough, the men started going back to work. My knees were too weak to stand up, and the men came back around me to make sure I was okay. Someone asked me my name. Jamie. My voice sounded weird to my own ears. You're safe with us, Jamie. Some fools went and shot up at, I don't remember the sentence. Did they live here? I said. Stupid question, naive white girl. I thought and immediately stammered something else. But a laugh. He said, you could live anywhere and see this, just happens to be here. The owner gave me a pizza and a hug, said to take the pizza home to my man. I tried not to notice the blood spatters. I tried to run home. There were casings left behind on my street. I almost slipped. Or the larger pools, but as much as I kept telling myself it was ketchup, my brain wouldn't accept my delusional fantasies, and I didn't have to put on the TV to see the police tape. And he's right. I could have lived anywhere and see this, in any town, in any place. El Paso, Dayton, and the alphabet of towns that have become infamous. Yet another survivor, yet another haunted soul. I know what rapid fire sounds like. I know what death looks like. I spent the past week trying to use all the tools that therapy has given me to cope. Yes, it's been hard. And in all of my survivor communities, we've been feeling it in so many ways that it would be impossible to even fully begin to explain. Of course, rage at the fact that we are still having to have new members join the little club of walking wounded, feeling drained, depressed, crying, flashbacks. Oh, well, some people look to us for answers. I have an answer. It's the guns. It's the guns. It's not mental health, not games, not anything else. Background checks, red flag laws, and assault weapons bans now, so that no one else has to stand up here next year or next week or ever. Which brings me back to why we're here today. To stand together as a community and support each other. While hatred doesn't pull the trigger, it sure makes the gun go off.